Hello and welcome to Telluride Weekly on Telluride TV. I am your host, Colin Sullivan. This is Telluride Weekly for July 28th to August 10th. We have some really interesting guests for you today. We have Mr. Obi Oberlin and Miss Hillary Lempit from Bootdoctor Paragon, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about getting down the river in some interesting and fun ways. Hey there, it's Telluride Weekly, and it's time for our weekly Facebook Sound Off time with our studio interns. We're going to answer your questions that you sent in last couple of weeks. Hey, Carly, tell them how they can do it first.
Okay, so first of all, we post a question on our Facebook page.
So if you go on Telluride TV, you like that page, right? You like the page on Telluride TV, right?
Yep. So if you like Telluride TV, it'll every time we have a post like that, it'll show up on your news feed.
Great.
And just go check it out.
Yeah, and so we ask questions. So why don't you read some of the questions that people you ask the questions, we answer the questions. These are studio. Are you a studio intern? I'm not sure what you are.
I'm an intern. I'm
are you a professional by this point?
School. I've learned quite a bit this summer. This is also one of our interns, Charlotte.
Hi.
That's Charlotte. So we're gonna pass the mic around, and we're gonna have a special guest appearance from Cora. She's gonna answer some questions as well. So. So tell me about what are we answering? What's the first one?
Okay, so our topic for this week was what do you think has changed most about Telluride in the past 10 years? We got a lot of really interesting comments back. So Andrew Doles, I don't know, says more people moving here, including ladies who have figured out there's a ton of single men. Have you noticed that?
Wait, so what is it?
He says more people are moving here, including ladies who have figured out there's a ton of single men.
Because, isn't that... Don't you feel like it's often that women are often complaining about the men here? And
I've heard that a lot more often than...
It's not... Yeah, I think everybody knows that there's a lot of single men here, and there's a reason they're single.
Laurel Robinson says no one who works in town can live in town. And that is a problem. There's a housing problem happening.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that. There's not many houses, and when there are, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah. We live in one of the most expensive places in the United States right now. I mean, other than probably San Francisco or... I feel like there is a real problem. Actually, my friends in New York, I just went back to New York City, and they're having a similar problem there. A lot of the folks who are actually in the service industry, who are making middle-class income, folks your age, or folks my age when I moved to New York, can't afford to even live within an hour of the city. They live way, way, way out.
Go ahead. Oh, Karen Marshall says that not enough has changed, and a lot has to. Telluride lacks wow factor. Do you agree with that?
I don't think Karen Marshall has seen A, our show, or B, Telluride Theater's shows, or I don't know.
There's a lot of wow factor
I think
here.
there's a tremendous amount of wow. No offense, Karen Marshall, but I think that you might be in Vail right now.
I mean, just look around you, right?
Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of wow factor, I think. I mean, I think I think actually that's all we have. Tell me about what do you think about Telluride with wow factor?
Yeah, well, I think Telluride definitely has wow factor. I mean, it's an incredible place, and it is kind of strange, but that's what makes it Telluride, I guess.
Well, you came from New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and you're you think it's wow factor.
Well, yeah, because I've never really seen mountains before, and I came here and I was just amazed because
see, there you go.
The mountains are beautiful.
Just the mountains alone is wow factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a couple funny one-liners here.
Okay.
Things that have changed. Webcams. There's webcams now. That's not really about Telluride. Light bulbs, apparently.
I think they made webcams that are looking at the town.
There's town webcams?
Oh yeah. I looked at them before I came here. I was looking up Telluride when I got told I was coming here.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
And they're always watching us. Yeah, there's a webcam that points. There's a webcam that points at the bean or that area, right?
Yeah.
You can go online and see that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I remember looking at Main Street and seeing people walk past the Nugget Theater. It was probably 9 at night here, so there wasn't much happening.
So funny, webcams, huh? Webcams. So go on.
I like this one from Neil Matthews. He says, running out of cheese to go with all the wine. I found that quite funny.
How funny is that, right? Because you just read all those comments about there's rich people clogging up the streets and buying our houses and spending money in our businesses. oh, those rich people and paying huge taxes. And then there's not enough wine. Not enough cheese to go with the wine. There's a cheese shop now, though.
Robin, that works at Telsky, said this to me one time. She said, the only thing that's constant is change.
Yes, the only thing that's constant is change, progress, all those kind of things. It marches on. We are going to call Cora in right now, folks. She's our special correspondent in the field, and she's brought some of the field with her. Come on in. Come here. Come sit right here. Hello. Did you bring, here, can you give her that microphone? Just watching out. Did you bring some flowers for us? They've made the studio much better. You can just talk like normal and you'll be heard in here, okay?
You can hold these because it's for you to talk and for my mom to hear and you can say, I have flowers.
I have flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cora. Cora, can you tell me something? Do you remember when you were a little baby?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was it like when you were a little baby? What do you remember about it?
My mom hold me and I cry. I was out the park and there was a toy woman and it was so scary and I hide on my mommy's back and I love it to do it.
Did you feel like you were, yeah, here, hold those just like that, like an adult. There you go. Did you feel like you liked being a baby?
Yeah.
Do you like being a bigger girl better or a baby better?
A baby better.
See, even Cora has some issues with change, as we all do. Thanks a lot for sending in your Facebook story for the week. Why don't you say goodbye to them? We're going to go to the rest of the segments now.
Okay.
Say bye. Look right in there.
Bye.
Well, that was our Facebook Sound Off time for the week. I hope that we answered your question. And now on to the Daily Planet calendar. Let's see what we got on the junket here. Sunset Concert Series. We've got a couple of them coming up. One on July 30th, and the other one is on August 6th. And on July 30th, we have the Pimps of Joy Time, and on August 6th, we have the Fab Four. That's in the Mountain Village core. You can just go right up there and check it out. It's free for everybody. Jimmy Cliff, live in concert, is coming to the Mountain Village Convention Center. I love me some Jimmy Cliff, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I should know who he is, but that sounds pretty exciting. Telluride Jazz Fest is coming up August 1st to August 3rd. The Telluride Farmers Market, as always, on the Fridays, August 1st, coming up. The Ballet Collective, July 27th to August 2nd. And the Telluride Chamber Music Festival is coming up from August 7th to the 17th. Oh, and one more thing, July 31st is the last chance for the historic walking tours with Ashley Bowling. The last chance in the summer. Those are fantastic tours. We love Ashley. He's part of Telluride Theater. He's a really interesting guy. And just one last congratulations I want to make right there, as you can see. We have Mr. Will Plants and Miss Alyssa Pack from the Telluride Torpedo Swim Team. They have made the Junior Olympics. So way to go, Alyssa. Way to go, Will. And let's see what else is going on in the world.
You look so good.
Yo, what's up, my lovely females? It's your boy KP here with TTV. Today, we're gonna find out what people do when they get wet in the river. We are here down at Telluride River. That's not really a name, but whatever. Excuse me, son, what's your name?
Sawyer, Ham.
Alright, hello, Sawyer. How are you today?
I'm good.
Alright, tell me, what is your favorite activity to do in the river?
Fly fish?
Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes.
How often do you go fly fishing here in Telluride?
Almost every day.
What's your name?
Brendan.
All right, Brendan, it's a pleasure to meet you. So tell me, what activities do you like to do in the river?
Oh, all sorts of activities. I like to tube, swim, and fish.
Awesome. Now, has anything dangerous to you ever happened? Have any accidents occurred?
One time when I was trying to go tube, the tube flipped and popped, and I got stuck under a log.
No way.
Yeah.
How did you get out?
Very carefully. It took me a little bit, and then I got out, and I was okay.
One small step for men, one giant leap for tubing kind. Tubers support Telluride TV. Good sign. What's your name?
Aspen.
And you?
I'm Addie.
It's a pleasure to meet both of you. Tell me, what do you like to do in the river? What fun do you like to do?
Splash. Swim.
They're about to plunge into the deepest water of Telluride. What activities do you like to do by the river?
Well, my favorite is throwing the ball to the dog.
All right.
I also like to fly fish and tube down the river. It's pretty fun. I'm probably here 3 days a week with the dog, at least.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, that was fine.
All the way.
Oh, that feels good.
I'm gonna have to say tubing. Yeah.
Fun thing to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me, has anything dangerous ever happened? Like any complications?
No. I mean, it's been a bit scary when you can get close to big rapids and stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't really get huge ones along here. But, you know, it's good.
I like to do a lot.
A lot? What about you?
Lot.
All right. Thank you so much.
This is this lady's dog. Don't know.
Fly fishing champ right here, my man Sawyer. All right, Telluride TV. We out. And there we go. Outside all the time. Pleasure meeting you.
You too.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. TTV, we're out. Telluride TV, dog owner, we are out. Tubing master, right over here. We're with TTV. We out. Thank you.
We're back with our first interview of the day, Mr. Obi Oberlin from Paragon/Bootdoctors. You took a bunch of folks from the studio on a new thing that you guys are doing called adventure tubing the other day. Talk to me about what
correct.
that is.
Adventure tubing is basically tubing in a Class 2 section of the river. We use the species section, which is down valley below Placerville.
Okay.
This is normally a section we use for rafting, and then when the river drops to a volume that's too low to have an enjoyable raft trip and too sticky for the boats, then it's really good for tubing. Unlike running through town on a rented tube, we use a guide because there are some hazards in the river, and the guide, you know, sort of leapfrogs down the river and shows everybody where to go and keeps a good eye on everyone.
Like sharks and things like that.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
like ornery
that.
people, ornery landowners with
Ornery,
guns.
yeah, miners sometimes, you know, stuff like this.
So what is it, like I saw the other day, I think I saw you guys pulling out the other day, and it was, what the adventure tubes look burly.
They are pretty burly. You know, your average tube you're going to get at a discount store is going to be a cheap PVC vinyl sort of tube that'll have a limited amount of durability to it. But our tubes are designed for whitewater use. They're made by the same company that manufactures our rafts.
Nice.
So they're really burly. They have an inner chamber and an outer really burly cover, so they can take a lot of abrasion.
So they can do the same kind of thing
Yeah.
that a raft can do, right? Like
Absolutely.
They bounce off the rocks and those kind of things.
Absolutely, and you know, part of the trip is, of course, a safety instruction because we are on a river environment and there's a little more hazard, you know, than there would be in some other environments. And we go over everything and show them how to sit in the tube and how to you know, get down the river safely. Probably the biggest thing that's the difference is that we give everyone a paddle. And you know, when you're tubing in the river and you're spinning around, bouncing off rocks, that's one thing. But when you get in a little higher class of water, you want that paddle to help steer the tube and get you where you need to go to avoid obstacles. And that's really the biggest difference between just getting in the river with a cheap tube and floating through town and what we do.
Because now you have the dodgy wings, right? The you know,
exactly.
You're just flapping.
Yeah, or you're just slamming into large obstacles at a high rate of speed, which isn't usually too good either.
That's
Stuff like
not
this.
good.
Yeah, so
that is adventurous though, so it's as advertised.
Yes, this does not mean things don't happen. We have a lot of fun on the river, and you know, there are some funny moments, but the paddle really is the difference in allowing someone to steer the tube and get it out of harm's way a little easier.
That's amazing, you know, because I don't think for people out there who don't know that much about the San Miguel, how long is the rafting season? This year we had a nice one, right, because of the snow melt, but normally it only lasts for a little while, right?
Yeah, I would say typically, you know, I've rafted this river commercially for about 8 years now, and typically I would say we get about a month out of the season. This year we got a little more. We started around May 20th and ended up here just about a week ago. So yeah, the cold weather in April and May held the snow back.
Yeah.
So it didn't melt, and really that's the difference between our river seasons usually is April and May.
But you can adventure tube right now. All the way through?
Right now, I think we can do it in at least another month, probably through most of August. Realize where we're doing it is a little steeper and faster, and it's a little more channelized. So when you're looking at the river through town, you're not looking at the true volume of what the river is on down, where we have the confluence of the South Fork and all these other creeks putting more volume to the river. So there's always a little more water down there downstream.
It sounds adventurous to
It's
me.
pretty darn fun, Colin. You'll have to give it a try.
I know. Well, actually, you brought some folks on there from the studio, which
I did.
and I missed the trip. I'm sorry about that. I really am sorry because I actually thought it was like rafting, and I was like, how are you guys rafting? And I didn't even realize it was tubing.
Yeah, it's a little different. The gals, I think, had an amazing time.
Yeah.
And
did you lose anybody?
We didn't lose anyone. We had a couple spills out of the tubes, but nothing too tremendous.
I hope that we have these on camera because we're going to see a clip in one moment. Now, just before we go, how do I find out about it? Where do I go?
There's a couple ways. Of course, any of our stores, if you're here in town, you can walk in and ask about adventure tubing. You can get us online at bootdoctors.com. Is a real easy way, and click the key there for our water adventures. And another way is to just call us at 970-728-8954 and ask for about adventure tubing.
That's awesome. And are you the guy? Are you the guy again?
I'll be your guy. I'll
Nice.
probably 99% of the time I'll be the guy.
Nice. And you've been there for 8 years now, right?
I've been with I've been with Bootdoctors for 8 years. I run the ski shop in the winter
That's
up in Mountain
fantastic,
Village.
yeah.
So I'm fortunate enough to hang out here all year and be employed. So.
Yeah. Adventure tubing sounds like a terrible job.
It's tough stuff, I'll tell you.
Thanks a lot for being on.
You're welcome.
We are going to go right to a clip right now and see what Obi and the girls were up to. And then we'll be right back with Miss Hillary Lempitt. See you then.
Hi, I'm Obi with Bootdoctors and Further Adventures, and today we're going on an adventure tubing trip on the San Miguel. And wait on you, so you'll always have a visual.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, just about there. Yeah, right in front of Hillary's face.
I want
you know it's there.
I want that clip of just you running around trying to get the cut in. That's amazing. Hey everybody, we are back with Miss Hillary Lempitt. I said your name right?
Yes.
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 From Bootdoctors in Paragon.
Yes.
And you do a different thing on the river than Obi is doing, or not always on the river. Sup-ping.
Yes, I'm the stand-up paddle guide for Bootdoctors, or one of many stand-up paddle guides, and most of the trips we do, we take people up to Alta Lakes or Trout Lake and teach them how to stand up on a paddleboard.
So most of them are done on the lakes for like beginners and things
Exactly.
like that.
So, and there's an option if you're advanced or you've been on a couple trips with us to go down on the Gunnison River. Sometimes the San Miguel River has enough water in it that we can take sup trips on the valley floor. Right now I think this section is Delta to Whitewater on the Gunnison River.
And the Gunnison River, that's like a class what?
It's a class 1, so it's pretty introductory rapids. Most people who've been stand-up paddling a few times before could definitely manage it, and the guides are there to help. So
now let me take a step back. What the heck is supping? Now, I know that we're probably preaching to the choir in a lot of ways because like everybody in Telluride knows what supping is now.
Yeah, it's a pretty huge growing sport right now. It's definitely exciting.
They look like surfboards.
Yeah,
but they are more stable than surfboards.
And they're shaped a little bit differently from a surfboard. The idea is to kind of travel on the water instead of catching a wave. The boards that we use in Telluride, because the waters we paddle in are so rocky, we have inflatable boards that are around 4 to 6 inches thick, and they're anywhere between 9 to 12 feet long, and you get a paddle that's kind of like a canoe paddle, a little bit different.
How easy is it to stand on them?
It
that
depends.
looks like the hardest thing is to stand on them.
Most people, actually every single person that I've guided ever in the past 4 years has been able to stand up by the end of our session. And you might fall in the water. A couple people have fallen in so far this season, but...
Did you get them out, or are they just
yeah.
that
No, they're still in Alta Lakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still at the bottom of Alta Lakes.
So it's a learning process, standing.
Steep learning curve, yeah.
Steep learning curve. And then once you get there, you just sort of paddle around.
Cruise around, admire the different things around Alta Lakes, the mountains, clouds, birds, all that.
So it's like it's a little bit like canoeing.
Yeah.
With something that's like a lot lighter, and you happen to be standing.
Exactly. So it's kind of like a full body workout. You're doing a lot of kind of low impact core stability. It's kind of surprising how much effort it takes. By the end of the trips, people are always exhausted and hungry, which is good.
Really?
But, yeah.
And you took a couple. We're gonna see a clip in a second of some shots that Ellie got.
Right.
She went out with you. She did not go paddleboarding with you?
She actually got on the board while I was setting up the snacks for everybody. So she took a little moment out on the board.
She had camera equipment and everything. She got up on the board.
No, she didn't actually stand up. She just took her like little iPhone and its case on the board with her, and she was kind of hovering really close to the surface of the board. But
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
She's not not going to endanger camera equipment.
No.
But she? But again, like, so she shot some So she shot some footage.
Yes.
We had. Was it an old couple?
So it was an older couple. They were maybe in their mid-60s, and then a younger couple. They were in their 40s or 50s.
And you were saying the older couple did better.
The older folks did better. They've been
How
canoeing.
Is that? So explain that.
So I think they have been canoeing a bunch of times, and they just got the hang of it really quickly. They really loved it, and it was so relaxing. I mean, the Alta Lakes trips are just so tranquil, and it's like a full experience with the drive and being in nature up in an alpine environment. It's really cool.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you can do, if you've done this, if you've supped before, right? That is the correct verb.
Yeah, sure.
Supping.
Yeah, supping.
Supped is the thing. If you've supped before, then you guys will do a river trip.
Right.
Where there's moving water under your feet, and there's rocks beneath you, and all those kind of things.
Yeah. So it's a little bit, in my opinion, closer to kayaking when you go out on the moving water.
So you're like navigating with it and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, it's
Can
fun.
I just rent a sup board from you?
Totally.
And
we do
go out?
full day rentals with all the gear you need out of Oak Street.
Out of Oak Street, out of Paragon and Oak Street, which is like right across from the gondola, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's exciting. Now, tell me about your background, because I know Obi has been there for 8 years. He runs the ski shop. Tell me about your background, real quick.
So I've been at Bootdoctors. This is my second year as a sup guide, and last winter I worked in the ski shop. I hope to be guiding in summers in the future, and I came here from California. I was living there for a couple years, and I started this guiding paddleboard trips on the ocean and the San Francisco Bay. Yeah.
So you like actually have experience. You didn't just come from California and they were like, she's from California.
Yeah.
She must know how to stand on a surfboard like object and paddle around.
Yeah.
So you actually were like guiding on the ocean.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
It must be much easier on the lakes.
It's different. The water's colder.
The water is colder.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all glacial. It's all
exactly,
melts,
exactly.
You know, so.
Totally.
Hey, thanks a lot for
Yeah,
being
thank
with
you
us,
so
for
much.
coming down today. And we are going to see a clip in just a
Cool.
second of you with the two couples.
Yeah,
right,
totally.
out on Alta Lakes. So if you guys want to get into either one of these things, adventure tubing or supping, go down to Oak Street. Go down to a Paragon and Bootdoctors. Give them a call. And you guys have a website, right?
Absolutely, bootdoctors.com.
Ask for Hillary, ask for Obi. We'll see you in a second.
Hey, I'm Hillary. We're going stand-up paddling today. Your hand comes across the top handle of the paddle. Again, the scoop part faces backwards. Now with the paddle on either side. Watch that curve at the top.
And that was Telluride Weekly for the week of July 28th to August 10th. Thank you very much for being with us. I've been your host, Colin Sullivan, signing off and saying, if a river runs through it, then go adventure tubing. See you next week.
Hi, my name is Charlotte. I'm an exchange student from New Zealand. I love to make movies, especially editing. When I'm in my happy place, that's where I am, I'm editing. And I also love to act a lot.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm a local filmmaker here in the town of Telluride, and honestly, I just want to have a great time with my friends making films all the time, all day, every day.
I am Yolana, and I used to work for television in Europe. I miss it, and I love television, and I love Telluride, so this is a shoe-in. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Carly. I study broadcast production at University of Colorado. I love live television, and I hope to one day direct live concerts for TV. Thanks for supporting Telluride TV.
Yo, my name is Kevin. I work from 7 to 11. I'm now working for Telluride TV. I'm a host of a show, so you better know, you better tune in to watch me.
What?
Today, I'm just, doing, and here's my mom, Carly, and she is going to hold my flowers, and she is going to hold, and I'm going to talk, and I love to do it, and I
think you're supposed to ask me questions.
What?
But talk into there, though.
How you love fairies?
I like fairies pretty well. Like if the ones with wings, you mean?
Yeah.
Big wings? Yeah, I think they're really special because they're so tiny and they just like fly everywhere. And I like the tooth fairy because then you get a present if you lose your tooth.
And what you like to have some, how you like horses?
Oh, I love horses. Yeah. If we had a little bit more space in Telluride, I think having horses would be really fun. But I haven't really seen a lot of horses in Telluride.
Okay. And what unicorns?
Unicorns? I would love to have a unicorn just about as much as having a horse.
And what you like pigs?
Pigs? Oh, I would love that. Well, I like pigs. I don't know if I want to have any pigs, but I like pigs.
You like pigs? Yeah?
They don't smell so good, though.
No.
No.
Because they go in the mud.
Yeah.
And today we are going to have the TV on, and we are going to watch my mommy's while I was a baby. And here we're going.
Should we cut to a clip of you as a baby?
Yeah.
Okay, roll it.
Slide, slide, but that's the path. I got something brand new for today.
That was a great show, and we're going to see you next time. Come up.
Corey, you're amazing at this.